Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you were looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, then you have come to the right place. We are opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, we can help break it down and make it as easy to understand as possible. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that suits your interests. Most of our series will have 8 spots, which represent the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, that means you have a 1 in 8 chance to win that item at an extremely discounted rate. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune into the next available Live Breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at noon, 3, or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you will see your name appear on the screen when your specific break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that evening's dice roll number. Once randomization is over, the list of names of people that bought into that live break will be matched up with a specific division. If the item that is pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations, you just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia. Want to guarantee yourself an item as opposed to testing your luck? Some of the series that you see on the live break page can be purchased under the mystery box tab of our website. Those boxes could either be shipped directly to your door or open live on the air before being sent to you. While you are there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Points Club. This exclusive club earns you points toward specific discounts, signed items, or exclusive events each and every time you buy at ultimateautographs.com. The moment you have been waiting for has come. Let's break some signed memorabilia.
Good morning, Ultimate Autographs Universe. Welcome to UA in the AM for a little ripping and sipping. A little waking and breaking. Wakey, wakey, eggs and breaky. It is Tuesday, May 20th, 9:03 here in the morning, Central Standard Time. I'm your host, Rip Camelucci, alongside my co-host and producer, Mikey Baby, Money Mike Napolitano. Mike Dog, how's it going?
Pretty good. All ready to go here this morning and get to some of these breaks. And we have some surprises maybe for you guys if we start closing out some of these series. And we're getting close. I like that.
Yeah, that's right. That's what we're supposed to do here. We're going to be to talk about all these wonderful things that we have up for grabs here in the break room. How you doing today, Mike? Aside from, talking about breaks.
Not too bad. Good. Hanging out. A little tired.
Yeah.
This weather's been kind of crappy.
Oh, my God. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
What happened to spring and almost summer? And now we're right back into
Well, you should be used to this more than anybody. This is just par for the course up here, man.
Yeah, that's true.
This is just May in Chicago.
I don't know. I wasn't ready for this.
This is every year.
Ready for it to be nice.
You should talk to my wife. She's literally angry about it. She's stomping around, throwing her coat around, going, God, frickin', frackin'. She's like a Tex Avery cartoon.
We're almost at June and it's 57 degrees outside. Normally I'd be like, yeah, great, cool. But we've already been teased with 80 and 90 degree
Ever
days.
since I've moved up here, I've always marked Memorial Day weekend as that's the latest. That's the latest that the weather can be chilly. And then we're done. We got to be done. We have to move on.
Have to be.
It's like when we have a break, a series in the room for way too long. It's like, guys, we have to finish this. We have to move on.
Exactly.
That's just the nature of the business. It's the nature of the breaks, y'all. Good morning. Welcome in. Whether you're watching across Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day, even though Mike and I seem to be a little bit grumpy. We're kind of the grumpy Gus's here this morning.
Old man yells at cloud.
Yeah. I want to try and get a little Tuesday gimmick going. I want to take off Tuesday. Take off Tuesday. So over the course of the show, and whatever knee-jerk, half-baked take comes to your head about anything that's going on in sports right now, or anything just in general, let it fly. Get that take off.
Okay.
Take off Tuesday. That goes for you in the chat, by the way. Go and get your takes off.
Yeah, I like it. I think now.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Don't overthink it, but if inspiration strikes you,
Yeah.
I want us, and but again, I don't want us to overthink it. I don't
No,
want-
yeah, because then it's not as hot of a take. 'Cause
right.
then you're just.
And
you're
I do
taking
love
in-
our hot takes of the day and everything, but this
Yeah.
could be like kind of that sort of like brainstorm round, and maybe you see some more refined takes throughout the week.
I like it.
Cool.
It's a good idea.
Hey, thank you. I just kind of was batting that around in awful traffic this morning.
I have a take though. It's
Okay.
not super hot though.
Okay. Well, hey, let's start. Like, you can't just start at lava level.
No. This is very cool because it's bound to happen. My take is that the jerseys are going to break during this show because we are 3 to go.
Oh, excellent. And that is
That's a
certainly
safe- that's a safe take.
our most bountiful series at the moment with 11 headliners, 19 boxes
Yeah.
left. So let's get to a little housekeeping. Figure out what our dice roll is going to be. We need 6 or higher. This will determine how many times we randomize. There you go. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 on the dice roll. That will determine how many times we're randomizing when we are figuring out our divisions for these breaks. So let's go to our Chase wheel spin, see what that's going to be. We got our diamonds, we got our vault, we got our half and half still going on. That's Steve Young Speed Flex still available. Jerseys, practice squad, 1 and 4, minis. Am I missing anything here, Mike? I think we're good.
Think you got it.
There we go. So let's see what that's going to be. And this is the rip guarantee. The Chase wheel spin will always equal at least 10 boxes, if not more. So let's see what we're gonna get started with here.
Daniel's saying I grade warm weather in March. Yep, agreed, my guy. Although I maybe in Chicago here I wait to hold out till April, but about
All
that
right,
time.
jerseys. It will be a jerseys. It will be a jerseys. It will be.
Well, then my take just got even colder because it's gonna happen.
Freezing
cold in a good
cold
way. Cold
takes.
as in like it's not a hot take basically by definition.
All right. Let's go ahead and check out what it is that. Look, man.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Let's see what it is we're playing for. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
We need. Daniel's in Florida, so enough said. What part of Florida there, Daniel? I'm a Florida man myself. Spent my first 28 years of my life in Florida, for better or worse. Started in South Florida, moved up to the swamps of Gainesville, and then I moved up to the swamps of Chicago. As Chicago is technically a swamp.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm in Schaumburg, the suburbs of Chicago, and that all used to be swamp and farmland. So
Yeah.
there's actually a lot out here.
Tampa Bay, all right.
My grandparents were in St. Pete Beach for the longest time. I love that area.
I think Chinmay and I were talking about Gasparilla over the weekend.
Yeah.
All
Fun to
right.
be down there for that.
Let's do a little T to BRD, a classic top to bottom rundown.
Rip is a Florida man. He was in all the headlines. All
Yeah,
those news
every
stories.
Florida man headline you see, that's me. No, actually, it's the opposite because most of those dudes are not originally from Florida.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. They give Florida a bad rep.
I can't. Well, every January, Gasparilla. There you go, Daniel.
Yes, sir.
I highly recommend. It's a short documentary. It's about 50 minutes. Oh, geez, a whiz. I forget the filmmaker's name, but it's called Florida Man, and it's on Vimeo. Oh no! And all it is this dude just tooling around like Central Florida, outside just like the highways, outside the beaches, the bars, like the dive bars of Florida.
oh gosh.
And just turning the camera on and just letting these guys talk. And it is engrossing. It's incredible. It's the same director. These are all on Vimeo, by the way. Same director that did American Juggalo,
Okay.
where he goes to the gathering of the Juggalos and does the
Right,
same
right.
thing. He just turns
Yeah.
the camera on, doesn't even ask any questions.
Yikes.
Yeah, incredible stuff. Short documentaries, very easy to watch on Vimeo. Florida Man, highly recommend it. Anyway, this Florida Man also recommends, looky, what we've got here. This is our Diamond series. Still some pretty good stuff in here left. We have on the Speed Flex. This is just such a sharp. For whatever reason, this Michael Irvin Hydroflex just makes me think of like a tuxedo. It's like if a helmet was wearing a tuxedo.
I can
this
see
looks
that.
ready for like the red
see
carpet right here. It's Michael Irvin. It's one of the best wide receivers in the game on America's team, Speed Flex. You got all the goodies on the back here. 3 Super Bowl stickers. You got the Hall of Fame. You got all the good stuff here. That's Michael Irvin on the Speed Flex. We also still have Edgerrin James on that salute to service with the Colts right there. Edge, one of my favorite running backs all time, no doubt. And Antonio Gates in the secondary headliners. 3 headliners, 7 boxes left. 7 boxes left. As you see here, we got that 4-spot break going on. In addition to, the more traditional 8-spot breaks. So however which way you like to slice it, there you go. Diamonds right there for you. That half and half. That half and half is begging to be put away, to be done, to be 86th right here. You got that Steve Young Speed Flex on that classic golden domed 49ers helmet right there. Steve Young, absolute legend, Hall of Famer, Super Bowl winner. Got the monkey off his back. Steve Young, the dude, best lefty of all time. Stephen Young. That's the diamond still. Here we go. Practice squad. We still have in the practice squad. No, this isn't the practice squad. This is the vault. Pardon me. The vault. We still have this Urlacher on the Hydro Authentic.
Waiting.
I know. Mike.
I need to see it.
Mike.
I'm having withdrawals.
Y'all need to help Mike out here. Mike's tweaking. Also still avail. Oh, wait. I didn't have to leave the videos. This is also just gorgeous that needs to be pulled here. The Rip Speed Flex AJ Brown with the white and silver, and then the regular style over that on that Speed Flex. And then also still available, that George Kittle on the Lunar with that 49ers red signature right there. Now we're in the practice squad. Now I get to talk about this Steve Smith Sr. on that super clean original Carolina Panthers helmet, as well as in the secondary headliners unphotoed Warren Sapp, one of my favorite defensive linemen of all time. And
I wonder why.
Steve Mongo
that's not your
McMichael.
team.
No, not my team, but I just always loved the
same
way he
team.
played, you know?
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
He was a GOAT.
He
He's a
was,
legend.
man. Got 2 left in this double box for the Can't Miss 1 and 4. The Can't Miss 1 and 4 is truly that. Whenever they say it, they mean it. Unphotoed. We got Bruce Smith, one of the best defensive linemen of all time. Paul Pierce, Papi, walking all this way. He's walking his way into your heart and into this 1 and 4. And Allen Iverson, truly player ahead of his time. Trey Young there on the Atlanta City Connect ball. We still have Ric Flair on this title belt. That's the big gold belt. That's the one you want him on right there. Ric Flair, 16-time world champion, Hall of Famer. There was several times, many times over Hall of Famer, for crying out loud. We got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the licensed Laker laundry, the Triple L. La, 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 la. And Taylor, have you heard of her, Swift, on an autographed CD here of Folklore. Smash hit. Folklore. Series, not Siri. Siri, go away, Siri.
That's what it is. You know what? Because, you've had that happen to you a couple of times, and I'm like, what word is he saying that
Yeah.
is bringing that function up on his phone?
I need to enunciate better. Series. We're also 3-way in that single box for the 1 and 4. Vault, half and half. Vault, jerseys. This is our chase wheel spin today. This is our most lush series that we have as far as headliners and just boxes in general. 19 boxes, 11 headliners. We still have this Brett Favre, this Jamar Chase. Who wrote this up here? This is not in the order I prefer. Emmitt Smith right here, leading rusher of all time. Mike Ditka, right there. One of the best tight ends in Bears history and coaches. I guess he made his way as a coach as well. Let's see. Eric Dickerson, one of the best pure running styles in the history of the game. Also, still the most yards in a season right there. Who's after Dickerson? Randall Cunningham on that Black Eagles jersey. That's going to be beautiful. I can just tell. Jason Taylor, my guy, on that beautiful 90s Dolphins laundry right there. And Nico Collins. Nico Collins poised to have another big year here for the Houston Texans. And then unphotoed Jalen Carter, Fred Taylor, and Chad Johnson. So there you go. There's your jerseys. Let's go ahead. I'm going to drop the live break page in the chat for y'all. And then I'm going to drop this jersey break in the chat just to make it all that much easier. It's all about, I like a low barrier to entry, And then in the minis, we have Jamar Chase still here on that Bengals mini. Roger Staubach on the Cowboys mini up here. Jim Kelly on the Buffalo slate. Eric Dickerson again here. Hall of Fame 1999 on the Rams. Warren Moon on that action green. Luke Kuechly, the Keekler on the Panthers mini right there. And then unphotoed Michael Vick, Chad Johnson, and Sam Laporta. So there you have it. Nothing crazy. Not too much going on as far as that top to bottom rundown goes. Pretty straightforward. We are 5 away in the Diamond double box. So we could perhaps see that go today. Like I said, we're halfway in that 1 and 4. And we're halfway in the vault single as well. Had to double check, make sure that wasn't a 4-spot break. And then, still 3 away in that jerseys. So let's get at it, y'all. Let's have some fun this morning. And there's no more fun you can have on this show than breaking boxes. You know what I'm saying, Mike?
That is true. That's what we're here for. That's what we want to do. That's what you want to do. And to do that, you want to jump into these breaks. We've got still those 3 to go in the jerseys, as I mentioned at the start of the show. We've got 5 to go in the Diamond double. We've got 4 to go in the vault single. And then everything else is pretty much wide open. Actually,
Mike, I just went over this.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Sorry to interrupt. What were you saying?
No, I was just going to mention one more time, though, that 1 and 4, though, is halfway to go.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I have it in front of me, so I just figured I'd give them the...
Sure.
Because I got the names, too. So I can let people... If anybody's worried about where their spots are, we've got a couple of new people in here as well. So
you'll love to see it.
Yeah, let me know if you need help knowing how these things work. Of course, it's a lot easier to see, right? But... Once we get a box break, that'll be the case. You'll see.
Do you want to know where these ratios are? Because we got pretty plump ratios going on. Look, that 1 and 4, y'all. 7 headliners: Bruce Smith, Paul Pierce, Allen Iverson, and then our photoed headliners. Which let's be honest, step it up here. Got the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the license. Got Ric Flair on that big gold title belt. Trae Young on the ball. Ice Trae and Taylor freaking Swift on that Folklore CD. 7 headliners, 9 boxes. And you know what they say, it's a can't miss for a reason. So those other 2 are going to be some and more monsters. If this series is any indication, like last Thursday, was that Tyler Hero jersey we both lost our friggin' minds about. The minis, man. Minis, 17 boxes left, 9 headliners. That's over 50% right there. Practice squad. 4 boxes left in that practice squad. We can knock this practice squad out toot sweet if we wanted to. If you wanted to. Where's your head at this morning? That's Steve Smith Sr., Warren Sapp, and Steve Mongo McMichael. Certainly, no slouches there in the practice squad. Those 3 left out of 4 boxes. So a 3 and 4 chance of hitting a pretty dang good headliner, if you ask me. In the vault, that $200 vault keys left. So let's just go ahead and add that as basically a headliner because it's still coming with a pretty top-notch, top-notch autograph. So that's 6 boxes out of 8 in the vault. Again, so boom. For so far, that's half our series right there. Greater than 50% ratios on headliners. Diamonds, 3 headliners, 7 boxes left. But you know what I love to say, ain't no duds in the diamonds. The headline, it's our top tier regular series here for a reason. You're always going to get, like we pulled out MVP, Boomer Esiason, unlisted and more monster.
Casually.
So, there you go.
Just a normal day in the break room.
Under 50% ratio there, but again, it's the diamonds. They can't be denied. Jerseys, like we said, 11 headliners, 19 boxes left. Better than 50% chance. And then that half and half, you got a 33% chance of hitting that Steve Young. And then it's still a half and half, so it's going to be full-size authentic at a minimum. I ain't been box watching, but that's how the half and half works. Half authentic, half speed flex. So bare minimum, same thing with the diamonds. You're going to get bare minimum full-size authentic.
So yesterday we had, I think it was 10 boxes left, 4 headliners. They were all speed flexes. However, there were 2 hidden speed flexes. So 6 of the remaining 10 boxes were speed flexes. I do not know where we are at now.
We're not box watchers, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, we have the 1 speed flex that's listed as the Steve Young. That's the headliner. But then there's 2 others in that and more section. I'm not sure if I'd be able to go and double check to see at the moment, but maybe one is also a speed flex. But you said it's authentics at the very least.
Right. So there we have it, man. I don't know what else you want. It's all laid out before you. I've done all I can do. You want me to talk about the bona fides for the 25,000th time? You want me to list off every point Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's pointed? You don't want me to do that. That's tedious and pedantic and a waste of all of our time. You want me to use some more polysyllabic words? I'll do it.
You're on a roll right now.
Yeah, what can I say,
The vocabulary is vocabularying.
I love words.
Yeah.
It's been tough, man, because the last few months has been just playoffs. Let's go.
Right.
Games every night, nonstop.
No breaks, no days off.
Until past couple days, man.
Yeah, and then things are starting to dwindle down here, so we have to.
I mean,
we've been spoiled with a lot of Game 7s, but Game 7 means that the next round gets a little delayed, so you are going to have a couple of.
But those are the 2 best words in all sports. Is Game 7.
Yeah.
You should be if you ain't got no dog in the fight. Everyone should be rooting for Game 7s across the board.
It evens out because then, you've got all the highs and lows of a Game 7, and then you have a day or so to recover, and then everything else starts back up.
Right,
know?
yeah.
Whereas, if stuff was ending in 5 or 6, I feel like, a series would be determined already, and they'd be starting, the next night.
But I don't know what's going on with the schedules here, Mike, because I feel like they used to stagger the NHL and the NBA playoffs a little bit better.
I was just talking about
and
that
now it
with
feels
Nick.
like they're way too aligned on parallel tracks.
Well, who do we have tonight? Tonight is the Panthers and the Hurricanes.
Already? Jeez, whiz.
Because that series, the other series was set first, so they already had Wednesday locked in. Let me double check here. Hold on. So you've got, tonight you've got Panthers and Hurricanes in the East, which means tomorrow, Wednesday night, you'll have Oilers and Stars in the West. Now, in the NBA, you've got tonight Timberwolves and Thunder in the West, which means Wednesday will be Pacers and Knicks in the East. So while the NHL is playing their Western series, the NBA is going to be playing their Eastern series and vice versa. However, when you look at the times, the game tonight for the NBA is at 7:30 p.m. and the game tonight for the NHL is at 7. So right around when that first period is wrapping up is when tip-off will be for Wolves and Thunder. And then tomorrow, though, I think both games are at 7.
So to wrap up,
So yeah, it's you gotta get that
where
split screen.
previously there was a plethora of
Yes.
playoff football and hockey, and it was ubiquitous on TV.
Yes.
TNT, True TV,
Yes.
ESPN, ESPN2, ABC. But now we have reached the penultimate series, and here we are.
Yeah.
Bob, did I do it? Did I do it well? Did I do it well enough?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Pretty sure I
didn't even-
used them all correctly there.
I was so busy listening to you use those words, I didn't even realize that you were challenged to
Right,
use
yeah.
those words. So TNT, yeah, you're right. TNT and ESPN share both of these sports. So for this series, TNT has the NHL East and ESPN has the NHL West. And I'm guessing it is the reverse for the... Well, actually, no, it might be the same for the NBA because the schedules are reversed. So, yeah, the ESPN also has the West for the NBA, which is why they'll cover NBA tonight and then NHL tomorrow. And then they have the East. TNT has the East for the NBA. It's crazy. You know, you start, once you're in broadcasting and stuff like that, you start to notice, like, how they line things up a little bit more. Not just time-wise, but channel-wise and production-wise. And yeah, so we shall see.
Programming, man, it's a whole job.
It is.
Also,
It's going to be exciting either way.
Bob, you're not wrong. Not one sentence. I'll take the 82%. I would have been more than happy with that in college.
There was a period somewhere in there. He just didn't take enough of a pause for you to hear it. You know, yeah. Sure, I got you, Rip. Don't worry.
That's all right. Who you got? Who you got in these series?
You know, we were talking about this on was it Sunday? Well, we didn't know the result of Leafs and Panthers, although we did. The Leafs are always going to choke. So,
Toronto. Hey, come on. Buck up, Toronto. You're not going anywhere. Hey, it'll happen eventually. Look, this is just Florida's time right now. Look, it ain't going to last forever. So don't worry, Toronto Maple Leafs. Don't go wet in the bed just yet. You'll be fine.
well, so
As long as they're setting up prayer circles on the TNT broadcast for you, I think you'll be fine.
Biz Nasty, gotta love the guy. I love him.
But like, what is that? What happened to being objective?
Well, he came out early on and said he was not. I mean, he's even wearing a Leafs tie and stuff.
Right, I know.
But don't worry, you got
pull his butt off the broadcast.
no, you got other people on that broadcast that were leaning Panthers. Technically, you could even say like,
Well, it's one thing to be professionally like, all right, I think that this is the way it's going to go. But it's another thing to be just sporting the team stuff. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is
Yank him from the broadcast.
no, we love this. We love this.
No, I'm
Biz-
sorry.
Biz-
I ain't putting up with it.
Biz is a character. Well, you love to see his downfall though. So like he does all that, and now you get to sit here as a Florida fan and be like, yeah, Biz has to cry.
No, I don't want to see it to begin with. Can we have a modicum of professionalism, please? You're not the inside the NBA guys. I'm sorry. You're just not. You may feel like you are in the same studio, but you're not.
They are in the same studio. Well, you had Shaq coming over and being dressed up in like a hockey helmet and a hockey stick and stuff. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
he's Shaq and a fool.
the professionalism is nowhere to be found, all over the board. Love it. It makes for good TV. It makes for, the clips and the clicks and stuff. But yeah, you're not wrong. Being a goalie, the King argued to Biz that Bob is better than Stolar's Ball. Yeah, see? Yeah. I mean, yeah, you have Henrik Lundqvist on that broadcast, and he does bring a huge piece of professionalism, and not just how he dresses. I mean, the guy's an absolute stud, but also he can hold his own when it comes to talking about that, and he was not wrong. Bob is better, and Bob Jersey Slime is better, too. I'll start out with the NHL as far as who I've got in these series. To answer your question, I have the Panthers. Your Panthers.
They just look so.
I mean,
good
it's
right
the
now.
smart choice. I covered Carolina for 3 years, And I would like to say the Hurricanes just because I want to finally see them. They've been to 3 Eastern Conference Finals and have been in recent history and have been swept in all 3.
Well,
so they haven't won a single game.
If you
that
ask their
level.
coach, that wasn't a sweep.
Right? Yeah, yeah. It was 4 games, but it wasn't a sweep. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Rob. Yeah, Rod. Yeah, whatever you say. But yeah, I would like to see them finally have the success, especially in a year where everybody thought their window was closed, and here they are. But I think they've had a little bit, not to take anything away from New Jersey or Washington, I think they have a little bit of an easier run to this Eastern Conference Finals than most certainly the Panthers did. Because as much as we clown the Leafs, they were a formidable opponent this year.
Yeah,
and
it was still a 7-game series.
and it was a 6-game series with Tampa with Battle of Florida. Yeah. I think
Or
that went
5. Was it 5?
I was thinking that. I was like, maybe that was 5. But yeah, regardless, I mean, we're talking the Panthers have had 2 really tough opponents. I don't think that's going to slow down here, though. But yeah, my heart kind of wants Carolina, but my mind is like, yeah, it's going to be the defending champs for sure. This might be another sweep.
I think we even joked at the beginning of the playoffs that if it got to this point, Carolina and Florida, that they should just switch mascots.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Be the Florida Hurricanes and the Carolina Panthers. Come on, let's just do it. It'll be fun.
Exactly correct, Bob. That's what I was thinking too. The Caps are not quite there yet. I think even like so, Ovi will play maybe a couple more years or something like that. But as soon as he retires, I think this Caps team will take what they've learned from playing with him. And you can't replace a guy like that. But I do think that the goals will come from somewhere, and this Caps team will have a little bit of a window.
Gary getting off his. Gary knows it's takeoff Tuesday because he's getting that
Messier.
takeoff, and he hates Messier.
Hates Messier. Yeah, I mean, Messier has some interesting takes. Me being a Chicagoan and a Bedard fan, he's said a couple things this year that it's like, all right, dude, why are you drawing lines in sand? Like, you could just, give your takes without, being black and white, But yeah, so it's going to be the Panthers coming out of the East in my mind. There's no doubt. I mean, they got better.
Could we get a rematch?
I would love to see a rematch, but I'm sorry, Rip. I would finally like to see a Canadian team win the cup and
Absolutely.
Connor
I
McDavid
know
win a ring.
1,000%. Nobody's rooting for the Panthers if it's a rematch.
They don't want to see the same thing twice. But it's more so just for the McDavid factor, just because like that guy's going to get a ring. I just want to see how much of a battle he has to endure.
He won the Conn Smythe last year.
He
did. For best player in the playoffs, which is
it says
so
something
weird to me compared to all the other sports. I mean, again, hockey ain't like other sports.
It's very rare that the losing team comes away with the Conn Smythe Trophy winner.
But
and he didn't even accept it because and people were on him.
It's got to be tough too.
People were on him. They were like, whoa, he's a sore loser. No, it's like, you're not going to walk into your own locker room and go, hey, guys, like, look what I won while everybody else is down in the dumps that you just fought that whole way, especially in a Game 7, and didn't come up with anything. And you yourself aren't even happy to be walking away with the Conn Smythe.
Yeah.
You much rather would have won the cup,
it's
won
the
the
league putting the player in a pretty awkward position.
Yeah. And listen,
You're right. Definitely shouldn't have given it to McDavid. Should have given it to Kachuk or somebody. You're right. I agree with you, Mike. I don't know.
I think it would have gone.
This is your argument.
I think it would have gone to Bobrovsky last year. I think he stood on his head. So I think if you're going to give it to anybody for Florida, it would have been Bobrovsky. This year, I don't know. I mean, maybe Kachuk. Bobrovsky has been playing phenomenal as well, but
Marchand, dude. Marchand's been playing his tail off.
It's been crazy, yeah. Especially to see him that he's not in a Bruins jersey is wild to me.
Doesn't stop him from breaking Toronto's hearts, though.
Yeah. Bob's correct. But I would actually even put Messier in my top 5, maybe. I have to think about that. But yeah, top 10 easily. And
Messier
I mean,
is the greatest analyst in the world.
He knows the game. He knows
being a top 10 player of all time cannot be ignored. Rantanen, in Jersey's opinion,
Rantanen
leader right now.
Rantanen for sure in he's playing for Dallas. If Rantanen, if the Dallas Stars win the cup, it's Rantanen for sure. I don't know how you pick anybody else other than him. Maybe Ottinger, because I give some love to the goaltenders,
but he was
especially because he's been on his head. But Rantanen, I mean, this guy, he dismantled his own team in a Game 7 and did not stop. after that, he went on to score another hat trick. I mean, that guy's on a roll. He's got more goals in this playoffs than some of the Leafs core 4 members have in each of their playoff years with the Leafs. It's tough. That's a tough stat. That's brutal for Leafs fans.
Well, good morning, everybody. It is 9:35 in the morning here, Central Standard Time in Chicagoland, Illinois, from the Ultimate Autographs live break room. Thank you so much for watching us across Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. If you are watching us on YouTube, go ahead and like and hit the bell. Go ahead and subscribe to us so you don't miss a single thing. Minute of the action here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. Kind of just went right into a playoff chat here, Mike. But I meant to ask you, what are you looking forward to seeing here? What we have on the board left.
I'm looking forward to seeing. This is going to be a change up of my answers. I'm looking forward to seeing the new series come out. Not that what we have on the board is bad, and I want to get through it. But we're so close.
Stop, Mike. You didn't.
I know.
You are obfuscating.
I am.
Okay.
No, it's got to be for me. It's got to be the Brian Urlacher on that authentic hydro.
Yeah.
Because I have not seen an authentic hydro. I've been saying that one amongst others, but those others are all off the board at this point. So that's the one that's still left that I'm just drooling over.
I'm also going to go hydro. But I'm going to go with that Michael Irvin Hydro Speed Flex in the Diamonds. It is just so sharp looking, so clean. And I like to save whenever I use the word clean for when it really actually speaks to me that it's actually clean. And that one, man, it's sharp, like the penmanship on it is just
It is.
tight.
Really
and if I
is.
were to smuggle something else, gotta be honest, I want to see that Taylor Swift CD just so I could take a picture of it at least and send it to my group chat.
That's what I would have smuggled at number 2 as well.
Yeah.
I'm not a Swiftie, but I know what that thing is worth because I know how much she is worth. Billion with a B, guys. Whew.
Might be a Leafs core 2 next year. Not sure if Marner and Tavares are back.
It's probably true. I just kind of hope that Marner does not come to Chicago though, because you're going to pay that guy $11 million plus to score 85 points in the regular season and completely disappear during playoffs. Maybe you can make the argument that the Toronto market is tougher to play in, but I don't want to take that chance, especially next to Connor Bedard. Get somebody else that you know can probably be reliable.
Speaking of Chicago, thanks for Seth Jones again.
Yes,
Fantastic.
honestly.
He's doing great.
People hated Seth Jones when he was here in Chicago, and they thought he dogged it his entire career here. And it's not true. Yes, he got paid way too much. That ticket was too big for what he's worth. And I'm not taking anything away from his skill, but the cap hit was too much, right? And then he had nobody to play with. There was nobody. He had to carry the load, and when it gets to be too heavy, too much, then yeah, of course a guy is gonna maybe not look as good out there. But you put him on a really good team, he becomes basically your number 1 defenseman. Look at what happens. So, yeah, people were like, oh, look at now. Of course, he's going to play better now. It's like, you know what? Good
He's
for
in
the
a better
guy.
situation.
When he came here to Chicago is when they were signing Fleury. They still had Kane and Taves and making a couple other signings. And he was promised by the former regime that, oh, we're going to make one more run at a cup. And boy, did they fall so short that they didn't even make the playoffs. And the next thing you know is everything's blowing up the next year. So it was a bait and switch. And you know, he had been on really bad teams his whole career, so he was finally looking to be somewhere, and now here he is. So good for that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great job, Seth.
I just don't need him to win a ring here because I don't need the Panthers to go back to back. Unless it's Dallas. I'll root for I don't really want Dallas to win. Division rivals, no thanks. But also, do I want to see Florida go back to back? It'd be historic. But yeah, I guess that kind of gives away my answer for the West. I want Edmonton, and I think it is going to be Edmonton, but this is going to be a war.
Yeah.
It's going to be a battle between a really tough, solid Dallas team and then Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl in Edmonton. And I keep front-loading those two, but Edmonton has gotten deeper. It's just going to be if their goaltending shows up. That's always been the question. So far, so good, but we shall see. On the NBA side of things, though, what you got?
Before we get to the NBA, I want to propose to the chat what we're looking to do, where we're looking to go. What's the move, y'all? What's the move? We got these breaks waiting to be broken.
And I want to hear some more of those hot takes today on What did you call it?
Take off Tuesday.
Take off
Get your
Tuesday.
takes off. Get your takes
Take
off.
off Tuesday.
Take minus.
I've seen.
10, 9, 8,
I've
7,
heard
6,
from
5, 4, 3,
Gary.
2,
I've
1.
heard from Bob on some takes. So far, I have to agree with all of them. But yes, still hot takes. I guess you can consider.
Hell yeah, get your takes off, y'all. Get up in the chat. Love to hear from you. Before we dive into the NBA playoffs, which I'm very excited to talk about, let's just check back in here on the live break page, see what we got going on and what the move is, chat. What's the move? What do we want to try and get some action in on? Our jerseys is the Chase wheel spin, $28 to get in, 3 spots left, and most of our headliners left. 11 headliners, 19 boxes. Brett Favre, Jamar Chase, Emmitt Smith, Mike Ditka, Eric Dickerson, Randall Cunningham, Jason Taylor, and Nico Collins, all for our photoed headliner. So it looks like the only one that got pulled here is MJD and Champ Bailey, it seems, as well.
Yes.
But aside from that, they are all there. Gary asking, do you think Eichel will come to Chicago?
I would like that. I'm an Eichel fan. I don't know if that's gonna happen though. I don't know if they land that big of a guy in free agency. I also don't know if Vegas would give him up, but if they get themselves in a little bit of a cap situation, then yeah, maybe they have to part ways with him. I will take that in a heartbeat.
And Bob here, Bobby's the move is I'm going outside to do some hedge trimming. Jesus whiz, Bobby, you do that? Your neighbors oh wait, your actual hedges, not okay. Never mind. And he also says Knicks in 6, Thunder in 6, Bockers in 6. What is that? Bockers? Oh, Knickerbockers. Well, you already said that.
I already said Knicks.
All right.
Yes. I would probably.
We'll get there. We'll get
I
there.
don't know if I.
But
might be the
again,
one I differ with.
these jerseys, 2 away now. 2 away.
Yes, sir.
So go ahead and attack that. Also, just as flush are the minis, man. 9 headliners, 17 boxes left. Pretty similar numbers as far as the minis and the jerseys go. Still have the Staubach, the Jim Kelly, Warren Moon, Jamar Chase, Luke Kuechly, and Eric Dickerson there in the minis. Each mini is a double. But Jersey, thanks for hanging out in the morning here. Thanks for checking in. I'll see you throughout the day. I am sure of it. Also still available in the secondaries. Michael Vick, Chad Johnson, Sam Laporta. Go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Did you see Spike Lee in Cannes with the Knicks suit for the premiere of his Kurosawa remake?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. If you can sneak a guy screaming in the like right down the barrel of the camera, "Boston sucks," in your Akira Kurosawa remake, not too shabby.
Yeah.
All right. Those minis. Get up in those minis right there. 4 left in the vault. We still have two video headliners here. The AJ Brown on the Speed Flex, Rip Speed Flex, absolutely gorgeous there on the Eagles. And Brian Urlacher, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest linebackers of all time to play the sport of football. There, Brian Urlacher on the Hydro Authentic. You rarely see an authentic on the videos, and there you have it right there. And then still available in the vault, the George Kittle on the Lunar. Beautiful right there. 49ers, they are paying their folks. And Frank Gore, still available, and Jameson Williams, still available in the vault. We are halfway in that vault single, $93. Great opportunities at a Speed Flex, very unique Hydro. And again, $200 vault key still available in there. 8 boxes left. 6 boxes, 5 headliners, 1 vault key. Go get it. Go on and get it. The bootleg practice squad. Honestly, one of the best values in the room. Still got the Steve Smith Sr. on the authentic. And then we got Warren Sapp and Steve McMichael. 3 headliners, 4 boxes left. We can 86 this, get that next practice squad in the room this morning. Here we go. The half and half. We got this half and half. It's been a absolute hit of a series. Nothing but bangers in here. And as far as headliners go, 33% chance of winning that Steve Young right there. That's our headliner that's left. But again, it's the half and half. So nothing but short of authentic. Same as the diamonds here. Same as the diamonds. My pick of the show right there is that slick Michael Irvin Speed Flex with the hydro pattern on there. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's take a look at that video. You got all the B's and dubs in the back. This is a gorgeous Cowboys lid right here with one of the best, probably one of their best wide receiver of all time, Michael Irvin. From the U. That 1 and 4. That 1 and 4 is where my smuggle was. There's that Taylor Swift folklore CD right there, autographed. One of the hardest working people in show business on the JSA certified folklore album. You got Ric Flair on the big gold belt right there. WCW, how about it? 16-time world champion. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, absolute legend of the league right there on that Lakers licensed laundry. And then Trae Young, Ice Trae on the ball, on that court culture ball. Super unique. Gon' get it. So there you go. That's what we got. And then, all right, to the diamonds. So there you go, gang. Get up in those breaks. I think we're still 2 away in the jerseys. 2 away in the jerseys. That is our Chase Wheelspin today. So you can go ahead and turn a $28 jersey spot into a $100 gift card to Ultimate Autographs. I mean, heck, what did I spin last week? Like a 98, a 99, something like that?
Was I here for? I would have been here for that one.
Yeah,
right?
that was on Saturday. I spun a 99, and I lost my mind.
Dang. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I was.
And
here
then the
for
next
that
day, I spun like a 2.
one. Oh no.
Yeah, that's just kind of how these things go, you know.
Yeah. But no, it's been pretty high. I think the last one I spun was maybe it was a 48, but I know I had an 87 in there somewhere. So yeah, pretty well moving.
Yeah, again, not bad for a $28 jersey spot.
No, yeah.
To turn that into that.
As long as you're walking away with something, right?
So hoops. NBA playoffs.
I know what the Knicks have done. I know that they have come back from 20-point deficits 3 times, twice in the same game. But I kind of want to see it be the Pacers.
Okay.
I know it's the Knicks with the Cinderella story and they haven't been here and stuff like that, but I kind of want to see, after what I saw from the Pacers last year, continue on this year and push them a little further. Now, do I think the winner's coming from the East? Probably not, though. The Thunder are a really strong team. And if the Minnesota Timberwolves can beat the Thunder, that just shows how much stronger of a team they are. I think it's going to be the Thunder. Once again, my heart goes the other way. I would like to see the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards get there. But it'll probably be Thunder, and if that's the case, I mean, they're just a juggernaut. Like, I don't see them losing.
Yeah. Their coaching is also very good with Mark Dagnall.
Right.
To me, it comes down to the narratives. Like, the best story, I think, obviously, you can get out of these two, like, as far as the result goes, is Minnesota versus New York. Because then you could just recreate that AT&T Villanova commercial, like, on the court in real life. But also, that is the inherent story in there, is the Cat and Randall trade.
Right.
Like, they're inextricably linked. And what a resounding victory for both teams already. Like, oh, wow, this has got to be the most win-win trade of all time, because it got both franchises to the championship or to the finals, you know? And then you duke it out in the end. I think the Pacers have the biggest uphill battle because it's really, when you look at the other teams, there's at least a big 2. I think the era of the big 3 is far behind us.
Okay.
And anyone trying to build a big 3 is doomed to do so in this apron era. That said, so New York, you got Brunson and Cat.
Right.
Minnesota, you got Ant and Randall. OKC, you got SGA and literally plug in
Yeah.
Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren,
Even Alex Caruso
Alex
had a really
Caruso.
good game. Yeah.
You know, you got whatever. Look, man, how Lou Dort isn't defensive player of the year every year. I'm sorry, but when you have nicknames like for Dyson Daniels, the Great Barrier Thief, or for Lou Dort, the Dorture Chamber. If you got a defensive-minded nickname, you should at least automatically be a finalist every year.
Yeah.
Whereas when it comes to Indiana, and I don't know if this is a matter of market or whatnot, but it's really just Halliburton. You know, like I wouldn't put Miles Turner up there. Siakam is a star, not a superstar.
Yeah.
You know,
It's more of a cast.
you know,
there.
exactly. Nemhard has been like a, you know, a
He was
Gabe
good.
Vincent type.
He was very good in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
But
He's a playoff
I haven't
riser.
heard. I mean, he's still having a good playoffs this year. I haven't heard as much from him this year because it's been more by committee.
He's been doing his thing.
Has he?
He has been doing
I
his
don't know.
thing.
Maybe I just haven't
Yeah.
been paying attention to those headlines. But I mean, like you said, though, it's Halliburton and then a cast and crew
Yeah.
of the collective. You know?
Right. You know, and I've seen those types of teams before as well. I mean, they are the ones who kind of remind me the most of, you know, one of those underrated Heat teams.
We
but
have-
of course I'm going to compare them to that.
We have one of
'cause,
those teams in the NHL playoffs still. It's the Carolina Hurricanes,
Yeah.
as I was kind of talking about earlier. They have like Sebastian Aho, and that's about it. Like there's it's by committee for them.
Right.
So we'll see. Those teams, they're kind of always labeled as like the underdogs, and like you root for them, but you also realize like they probably don't stand a chance in this era's Major League sports.
So I think it's going to be New York OKC. That's who I
Probably.
think it's going to end up being. I would love from a product on the court point of view, I think I want to see Indiana OKC.
Yeah.
One, Indiana's having a great time in basketball right now between the Fever and the Pacers. That Gainbridge Fieldhouse is a rockin'.
Yeah.
But yeah, I truly think if it's Indiana OKC, Adam Silver needs to be put on a watch list for self-harm.
Ty Percival, my money's on the Flint Tropics.
Yeah, well,
Can't go wrong, my guy.
too bad they outlawed the alley-oop.
Oh, yeah. Did they really outlaw the alley-oop?
No.
I was like, wait.
No, but that was
it
the
was
whole
in the movie,
That
right?
was the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, like
I was
they
like-
did
I
an
was like,
alley-oop
wait a
for the
minute.
first
I'm like,
time,
hold on.
and the ref was
How
like,
can they do that?
I don't know what to do. Thunder versus Indiana. Sears Home
Sears Home
Service.
Services. Wow. We got some absolute legends here in the chat. I hope you guys rebuy the building downtown because it is not the Willis Tower. It is the Sears Tower.
I think they're.
Most Sears Home Services have gone out of business.
I was gonna say most Sears anything have gone out of business.
Yeah. Rest in peace to an era.
But you know, if you still got some of that residual Sears money, hop on in these breaks and maybe rebuild the empire that Sears once had, Sears and Roebuck, as it were. We are still 2 away in that jersey break, as you can see right here. Our jerseys are the Chase Wheel Spin. $28 could net you an autographed jersey and up to $100 in Ultimate Autographs cash, not Kohl's cash. UA cash.
And they give you cash, which is just as good as money.
Thanks, Mike. Here we go. What are we looking to do, y'all? What do we want to see? Who we chasing? What's going on? Looks like one more spot sold in that single vault. So we're 3 away in the single vault. And if y'all want to will it, it can happen. 3 away in that vault. And again, 2 video headliners are left here. That AJ Brown, take a look. It's in a book. Rip Speed Flex right here. Beautiful, beautiful artwork on this Rip Speed Flex. Perfect signature there in that sweet spot on the Speed Flex. And then he signed it almost as if it was a Speed Flex on that sweet spot. Brian Urlacher with the 2018 Hall of Fame inscription on this Hydro all over, authentic, absolutely gorgeous piece right there. And not to be outdone on the full-size authentic George Kittle. George Kittle on that Lunar. Beautiful. demure, classy 49ers Lunar in the vault. So there you go. We got 3 left in the vault, 2 in the jerseys. Let's go ahead. Let's get today started. Be nice to get a break going before 10 o'clock, I'd say, you know. But
Absolutely.
it is up to y'all. The choice is yours and yours alone. So who wants to do what? Who wants to do what? What are you looking to see? What are you looking to see?
Where did we leave off? That's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else. What more do you want? You want more? Do you want more?
Where are you at on Andor?
Still the same spot.
Okay.
I haven't gotten a chance to watch anything
Yeah.
yet. But
Yeah, when I saw you work 4 shows in a row, I was like, yeah, this dude ain't,
just a little
ain't
bit.
watching any TV lately.
just a little bit, whatever it takes for the team. But no, it was good. It was a good Sunday. Got a lot done. Good Monday, got a lot done. As I mentioned to you before we started the show, I'm dog sitting my dad's dog.
What kind of dog did your dad have?
He has a Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Oh,
Hey Charles, how's it going?
what's happening, Chuck?
And so yeah, he's a big ball of energy. I think I am actually a little bit allergic to the
How
dog.
old?
He is going on. He's gonna be. He's got to be eventually 6. 'Cause
Okay.
My dad got him around COVID, and I think he was already close to a year. But my dad did not do some research on what kind of dog it was, and I don't think he realized he was buying that big of a dog. Or, I mean, my dad literally had just gotten like brand new hardwood floors, like right before. And Rhodesian Ridgebacks are known for having like the hardest, strongest nails. So luckily, he got that like newer hardwood flooring that's almost like a. Not a polymer material or like a plasticky material, but like, so they don't scratch really. But
if any breed of dog is
Yeah.
going to put that to the test.
yeah, that's for sure. He's a good dog though. Those, yes, they are used for hunting actual lions. Yes, yeah, they are. So that was something that my dad looked up, of course, after the fact.
Yeah.
But my dad does he used to do triathlon, so he does a lot of biking and, well, not so much as running anymore, but he'll take the dog on a bike ride with him.
Yeah.
And the dog will go, like, this dog can run, my guy.
That's
you can
always
tell
nice.
why they train him for lion hunting. But I was just kind of hanging out with him yesterday. Went to the gym for a little bit, got some podcasting interviews done. Was here in the morning, selling out boxes with myself and Nick Johnston, setting things up for Stephen and Colin. And it was a good day overall. Gonna have another good day, despite this weather. Like
Let's
we were talking
kick
about.
this day off right, y'all. Let's start filling out some of these breaks. We're 2 left in the jerseys, 3 left in the vault. So let's get the cracking, y'all. Jerseys are the Chase Wheel Spin, as you can see right here. So yeah, turn your $28 jersey spot into up to $100 UA gift card. But yeah, cannot recommend enough doing your research before buying a dog.
Yeah.
One of the most easy to buy and accessible breeds of dogs out there are any version of a doodle. And let me tell you, no one does their research when buying a doodle. Oh, they're hypoallergenic. No, they're not. Oh, they don't shed. Yeah, they do. Oh, they're so sweet. No, they're actually just kind of inbred and dumb. No shot. Look, doodles can be incredibly sweet and affectionate. But boy, they go belly up before getting to know you at all. I'll tell you what, man. Also, why do you have to shave down my doodle so much? Because you don't brush your doodle, so he gets matted all the time. And guess what? Mats hurt a dog.
Oh yeah.
So brush that sucker frequently.
Yeah. No, I could see you on that point. That's for sure.
No one actually, for being in this era where everyone does their own research, no one actually does their own research. People say they do their own research. So, because no one wants to talk to someone that does their own research.
You know, the people that say do your research, like if you're at a social function or whatever, and then I know most of the time it's probably something political or something. Oh, do the research on it. It's like, what research have you done?
Yeah.
You went online. Maybe you saw an article on Wikipedia.
You went on some crackpot message board.
Really?
You were on some fitness website message board. Have you ever been on some of those?
Fitness website message boards?
There's just some of those like bodybuilder message boards.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Dude, it gets unhinged.
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
because they talk about form and
it's
this guy's
wild.
calling out that guy for using that steroid or whatever. It's like, oh my.
But then it
Lord.
just evolves into just completely unrelated things.
Oh, it doesn't
Yeah.
really. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
even want to be there for
No.
that.
Yeah,
Those things I mentioned are enough for me to stay away.
Yeah, it's no good. That's a bad place on the internet.
Well, you know what's a
this
good
is
place?
a good place on the internet.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was
Is
like, we
this
have a great
break page
community.
right here. So yeah, let us know what's going on, what you want to see, what you want us to break, what you want an update on. I've run down this page quite several times.
We're 3 to go in that vault, guys. Come on, we got this. That
Yeah.
vault is 3 to go, and the jerseys are still 2 to go, and I know we can close them both.
Here's the thing. I believe in y'all. I believe in y'all. Do you believe in y'all? I hope to the dickens that you do. That vault also 6 headliners left, of course. Frank Gore, J-Mo Williams, George Kittle, Brian Urlacher, AJ Brown, and the $200 vault key. So that is 6 boxes where you're coming out on top. Headliners in the vault. Jay just went over. Brian Urlacher, AJ Brown on that speed flex. You know what? I'll just do this again. I mean, what else are we doing, huh? Let's talk about it. The AJ Brown speed flex. Look at how gorgeous that thing is.
So
That
nice.
is, and you know what? For being like this crazy rip custom or whatever, still classy looking as heck.
Oh, yeah.
I say. Also still available. Never mind, just Jay, why not? What else are we doing? We got this orange and blue. Got that nice complimentary blue ink on the Urlacher Hydro.
I need to see it.
Mike needs to steal it from Mike. Let's fill out this vault single for Mike. George Kittle on the Lunar full size authentic. So there you go. That's the vault. I linked that up there as well. So fall into the vault. And also, I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it. And y'all can't get me to stop saying it. The jerseys are the Chase Wheelspin. Boom, right there. Jerseys are the Chase Wheelspin. $28. Get you in the running for up to $100 in UA cash. So, y'all know what's up. Y'all know what to do.
Ooh, have we closed something? Oh, we're getting so close, guys. That's another buy-in to the vault. Vault is 2 to go. Jerseys are 2 to go. It is moving, but
It's a race.
Who is going to be the hero?
What's going to close first?
That's not what I want. Boom, there we go.
Yeah, again, incredible opportunities in both. If that Frank Gore is indeed on if we were indeed doing a vault double, and that Frank Gore were on a San Francisco 49ers, you'd be able to double up potentially with that Kittle and Gore. Same way, if you were to do it, I know that the single is only 2 away, but this could help those odds. If we pull neither the Frank Gore, the Kittle, or the J-Mo or the Urlacher, even if we pull that AJ Brown, hop in a double for the opportunity to double up in the NFC North or in the NFC West. Just trying to slice it all these different ways,
Exactly.
all the different ways it could go down. Watching a lot more of the post game shows, intermission shows, halftime and whatnot. We need chairs that all the professionals, all their chairs, like you have the whole torso in the shot.
Yeah, they come up higher.
Yeah.
I think the arms come up higher so that their posture stays
Right,
better.
yeah.
Because I adjusted this mic at the start of this show to be up here. Well, actually, no, these arms come up pretty nicely, I will say, just to make sure that my posture's staying good in here.
Yeah,
For my
well,
own personal
That's
health,
why
but
I
also
have
my
my
appearance.
backpack behind me to force myself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll just like
point.
sink and then I'll just be slouching. Like, hey, will you guys want to do some breaks or whatever? Yeah, I guys want to do some breaks.
These are the same chair, but like that one, the lean back is way looser.
Yeah.
This
Well, you
one-
can't lock it either.
Yeah. Oh, Jay saying he closed the vault.
Is it true, Mike? Is it true?
It is not true because I'm pretty sure we had 3 to go in there, my guy.
No,
And
we
I
had
only
2.
Well, it was 3. Robert bought a spot. Then we had 2. And Jay, I'm only seeing 1 order from you, so we're 1 to go in the vault.
And we are 1 to go in the vault.
We are 1 to go.
So it wasn't
But Jay, you are in there
true.
now. Jay,
So it wasn't true.
Jay, I'm gonna say you let me down, man.
I'm
You
going to
got me
say, Jay,
excited.
you're playing with our emotions here, Jay.
No, we appreciate you jumping in there, getting things moving. It is 1 to go, though, guys. 1 to go in the vault. Jump on in there.
I didn't see this coming. If I had to predict the winner between what we're going to break first, the jerseys or the vault, I would have said the jerseys.
My take at the start of the show is looking hotter now, though, because of the fact that it's not the jerseys first and foremost. But it'll still go. It's still a lukewarm take because it'll still go. With 2 spots to go,
All right. He's working
Jay said
on
he
it.
closes it now. I love you, Jay. Thank you.
J-Man.
What a guy.
That last name has got a good Bowerson.
I could be on the back of one of these jerseys.
It is a good jersey name. That's a good like hockey name.
Yeah.
I could see that on the back of a hockey sweater.
That's definitely either a hockey player, a football player, maybe, I don't know, maybe a lineman or a wide receiver.
Linebacker.
Or
I
I could even see a quarterback, Bowerson.
could see that. That's a quarterback name for sure.
And then for baseball, that's either like a first baseman or an outfielder.
Yeah.
Somebody like
Or
built like an athlete.
or like a middle reliever, I could say.
Middle reliever, yes,
Yeah.
100%. There's
Yeah.
a lot of Suns as relievers, like Dickinson, Robertson. That's all I got right now. but like yeah, a lot of those names, yeah,
Well,
for
that's
sure.
more than you would expect, you know.
Coming out the pen. There we go, Jay. Now Jay has closed out. the
Jay
vault.
Cephas. Thank you, sir. Hey, well, how about that? Jay
Oh,
was an
outfielder.
outfielder.
All right. See, look at that.
We got there.
Do I know or do I know? Somehow.
And hey, you know, while we get this all set up, thank you all so much for watching here in the morning. It is 10:07 a.m. Central Standard Time here in Chicagoland, Illinois, live from the Ultimate Autographs break room here in the morning. A little UA in the AM with Rip and Mike. We're about to get this vault crack-a-lackin'. So
there we go.
if you are in the vault single, Cody Krantz, Brandon Cooper, Gary Marvin, Robert Stukel, or Jay, hit me up with 1 box number or a wheel request. 1 box number or a wheel request. Carmen Practico got 1 of the 2 spots left in the jerseys. There you go, Carmen.
right.
Way to go. Way to go. There you go. There you like. Let's knock out that jersey while we're doing this vault, and we don't have to stop for nothing.
No.
Floyd here, Gary Marvin says the wheel. He wants the wheel. Mike, he wants the wheel.
It's a controversial take
So
in
let's
this
see
break
here.
room. Let's see if it works out for him.
Out of 30, let it go.
Or what's that one? It's an interesting strategy.
Bold strategy,
Bold-
Cotton. Let's see if it works out
yeah,
for him.
yeah.
Diamonds, 10. We have 9 or 11. Let's go to our picker wheel since we're halfway between those. Oh, wonderful. Let me just get rid of all these. All right. Let's spin, and then we'll see what we got. It will be box 9. Barely box 9. Oh, wait. Did I look right? Did I look in the right one? Okay. I was not looking on the right one. I was looking at the diamonds, but it works out anyway because we didn't have a 10 in the vault. Closest was a 9. Hey, sometimes you need a little luck on your side. You know what I mean? Cody, if you're still here, or if you're here in the morning, welcome in. Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. Thank you very much for buying your spot in this vault single. Please let us know how you found us. And what you're looking to do here. You trying to pick up some personal collections? You looking to gear up for some trade? But what are you doing? Who are you collecting? What teams? What players? All that good stuff. There you go, Sledge. We are. I take it that is Cody. Yeah. So I'm talking to you, Cody. We're doing this right now. This vault single. Ty saying 9 is usually good. Well, 9 is also our dice roll today. So that's going to be 9 on this randomization here. But yeah, Cody, let us know how you found us and all that good stuff. Who you're looking for, who you're looking to collect, who you're looking to hit. Yeah, let's get to know each other, huh? Jay Bowerson here up in that NFC North spot. NFC North, primed for that either Urlacher Hydro or that JMO Williams. NFC South, Robert Stuckel, NFC East, Brandon Cooper, as well as NFC West and AFC North. AFC South, Gary Marvin. Call me Gary. AFC East, Jay Bowerson. And AFC West, rounding us out, he had that opener magic, Cody Krantz. All right. Box number 9 of 30. One box in the single. Best of luck, friends.
Please be Urlacher. Please be Urlacher. Or an AJ Brown Speed Force.
Well,
would be nice.
it's a biggie.
Oh, we're getting something here.
Yeah, we're starting today off right.
Woo.
We are starting today off real right. Mike, you're welcome.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
We did it.
Oh,
We did it.
that is so nice.
It is living up to the hype. Got the Beckett old school certification here on the legend of the Midway, Brian Urlacher, on this beautiful Hydro Authentic. This is a piece of work right here. Absolutely gorgeous. That excellent signature right there on the crown. And yeah, this just, you feel that texture on it, man. This is beautiful right here.
Wow.
This is gorgeous. Congratulations. Yeah, you got the Beckett Witnessed on the back. You got the rubber American flag, EWM. You got all the bells and whistles here, man. This is beautiful. Congratulations there, Closer Magic, Jay Bowerson. That's what's up. You've been rewarded for your hard work.
That is so nice. Oh, my goodness.
Jay. Hot damn, I'm not a Bears fan, but I've gotten like 8 Bears helmets over the last few weeks. I wouldn't be mad at this one, I'll tell you. But also, like we always say, trade chips. We got flip chips, as it were.
Exactly.
Like, look, ain't no shortage of Bears fans. In these chat streets, as it were.
And this is a nice one. I mean, you're talking Brian Urlacher, a Hall of Famer. He's got the inscription on there from 2018, so that adds to the value of it. And just the fact that it's the Hydro pattern sneaks all the way onto that face mask right there, and you got the all blacked out visor. I mean, it's your second Urlacher. Hey, man, I mean, you can never have too much Urlacher. This one's got the Ed McCaskey patch on the back, and then like the fact that it's a Hydro is really cool. Not sure what your other Urlacher is, but either you keep both or you might be trading the other one, because this is not a Speed Flex, actually. This is an authentic, which is crazy because I have not seen a Hydro authentic. So absolutely phenomenal right there. And congratulations, my man. This is a really cool one. Even if you have so many other Bears helmets, you could maybe keep all of them, trade a few, but don't trade this one. This one's nice, my guy. Well, I don't know. K2 Sledge is saying I'll definitely trade or pay for that. Hit me up. So you've got buyers already, and for good reason. You're keeping that. Yeah, there you go. Agreed.
Nevertheless, Jay, there you go. You are keeping it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So bang, just like that. That's one more headliner out of the vault.
Yes, sir.
So that puts us at 4 headliners, 1 vault key, and 7 boxes.
4 headliners, 7.
So that's 5 boxes out of 7. With that good. Congratulations again, Jay. That's an awesome hit right there. And way to go. Way to attack that break. Way to get in there. Way to make it happen for yourself.
Yeah, closer magic right there. That wasn't actually his closer spot, I don't think.
Was it not?
That was the one before.
Oh, you're right.
But,
right.
I mean, he was the last two.
The spiritual closer magic.
Yeah.
You know. We are one away in that jersey. I'm actually a little surprised it didn't go during that vault break, but
Yeah.
one away in that jersey. Let's fill that out. Let's guarantee ourselves a Chase wheel spin. And yeah, let's see if we can hit that Favre, that Jamar Chase. You know, we can keep the Bears vibes going with the Ditka. With a Mike Ditka.
Ditka.
Ditka. Mike Ditka.
Ditka sausage. Ditka or the Carolina Hurricanes? Ditka.
Ditka. Ditka or an actual hurricane?
Ditka.
Ditka. Hurricane Ditka.
It's going to be close, but Ditka by 70.
Is it a, Jay, that AJ is a speed flex. And boy, oh boy, is it ever a speed flex, man. Check this out. This is gorgeous. Rip custom speed flex. It's got that, I was calling it a slate, but a slate would be a gray background. So it's definitely not a slate, but it's got that white and silver alternate and the dark green, even like a darker green than it normally is. Rip here. I think he's got that signature right there on that sweet spot. You got it, Jay. Yeah, that is a gorgeous speed flex that we have there. So, Ditka or the jersey break? Ditka.
Ditka. Well, I don't know.
Growing up here, were you just like
Jersey
raised on those sketches?
Not raised on them, but yeah, I've seen them. It's kind of like a rite of passage, just
Yeah.
like taking a shot of Malort or, well, that I didn't do when I was grad. That was actually after I was 21 for sure. But what else
You're
is there?
12 now,
Deep
son.
dish pizza, as much as everybody
Deep dish
says
pizza, Julius Pepperwood, deep dish pizza. I'm
it
from
is
Chicago.
thin crust bar style pizza, but I don't believe all the false hype that they're deep dish is only for tourists. No, deep dish is for people here too. And then hot dogs that do not have ketchup on them, only mustard.
So the
And everything else, but no ketchup.
drag that dog through the garden.
Mm-hmm.
The deep dish, man. So here's how it's kind of shaken out. Like, how often do you end up going to get deep dish every year? How many times a year do you say you get deep dish?
I wouldn't even say it's once a month. Deep dish is like that specialty though. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Like if you want specialty, yeah. So yeah, it's not like we're raised on it, and yeah, I guess it would that even becomes a little bit touristy, right? Because then you're not going all the time. You're only going when special occasions happen. So
Well, you can't get. I mean, more or less, like the only time I'll ever get deep dish anymore is when I do have people from out of town come in.
yeah, that's
and,
fair.
And even then, it depends on which number visit it is for them to Chicago.
Dang, you're making me want deep dish.
Nothing like
it's not even 11 a.m.
some
yet.
pre-noon deep dish, baby. Give me a deep dish breakfast pizza.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. What is your preference of deep dish?
That is tough because it's gotta.
This is a big question.
It's got to be the mood I'm in. I've actually never had.
interesting.
I've never had Pequods, but I know a lot of people say Pequods. They swear by it.
Yeah, dude.
I need to go and do that. If I'm feeling cheesy,
took
then
my
it's
wife to
Giordano's.
Pequod's for the first time
Did you?
a few months back because she had never had it.
Okay.
But I've had it plenty, and oh god, it's dude. It's the pans they use. It's that caramelized crust.
Okay.
You know, it's not that like stuffed pizza style of
right.
deep dish. This
No,
is
no,
just full on fat dough. You know,
Yeah.
That crispy caramelized crust. Oh, it's so good.
All right, so yeah, I haven't had it. I will need to redo my rankings.
So
probably.
then Giordano's, you say?
But if I'm in the cheesy mood, it's Giordano's. But Lou's with the crust and the tomatoes on top. Oh,
See,
yeah,
to me, for Lou's, best sausage I've ever had on a pizza.
that's true.
Best pizza sausage I've ever
That
had.
is true. Yeah. You know who also has like a pretty good, I don't even know if it's technically deep dish, but it's like more of like a, I wouldn't call it straight up double dough. Maybe it's more of like a panned pizza, is Rosati's.
Okay.
Rosati's actually has a decent one. I would ask for extra sauce on it though, because
Yeah.
sometimes like
Be a
because
little
it's
dry.
cooked that way, it can be a little bit drier. But yeah, no, that's my. It depends on the day. I'll eat it all. I'm Italian.
I gotta say though, when you said I don't have it like once a month, I'm like already like, if you're starting at not once a month, that's already a lot. You're
Yeah,
eating deep
right,
dish
yeah.
pizza in a year.
Yeah. I'd probably say once every season, maybe.
That's a good clip.
So
I feel like that's
so like 4 times a year, 5 times a year, maybe.
I feel like that's the right answer.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah,
it's,
4
it
times a
is
year,
more of a delicacy.
maybe one time as a special occasion.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of those times will now be today. Thanks, Rip.
We do have like a Giordano's like right down the street.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about
I
that.
pass it every day on my way to, or every Tuesday on my way to Firehouse Subs.
Yeah.
No free
Yeah,
ads.
that's a good point. Yeah.
Speaking of, no, this doesn't work. Hey, one spot left still in that jersey break.
I'm surprised all this
I
pizza
know.
talk hasn't made people hungry to close that jersey break out.
I can't believe I'm dropping this link for the jersey break in here for the
You're
second
making my
time this
take look
morning.
bad. You're actually making
Yeah.
Actually, no. You're making my take
No.
look good, as in
You're
it's a
the
hot
ones
take.
making okay. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
making it look good. All
Yeah,
right.
no, they are, not you. It's not you, Rip. It's not you, it's me. Yeah, I should not. I mean, did I jinx it? No, because there's still people buying it, and it'll happen. I didn't jinx anything.
Today is World Bee Day. Happy World Bee Day.
World B is in like the bzzz. Oh, okay.
Our bees are important,
They are.
Mike.
I didn't know that there were world bees though.
Well,
You're saying this is world.
it's Bee Day for the world,
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
and not
There's a bunch of
birthday. It's
different-
Bee Day.
A bunch of different types of bees.
Many.
Wouldn't that be funny though if it was the world's birthday and bee day all at the same time?
We could figure out. All
Kinda
right, it
hard
was
to
this
f-
day.
yeah. It was exactly
May
on this
20th.
day that we started revolving around the sun and became a rock. What do we got, guys? There's just the one spot left. You know you want to break.
Seriously, that one spot in the jerseys feels just like a hangnail.
Honestly.
Yeah, just bite it off. Just bite it off. Bite the hangnail off.
There's also 2 spots left in the can't miss 1 and 4 double. So we could be seeing 2 more boxes come out right away too.
That 1 and 4 double, hefty price point, but let me tell you, it's called can't miss for a reason. And the price point is because you basically it's a 4-spot break. So instead of an 8-spot break, boom, you're increasing your chances
And if
by
you
just
didn't
buying
want
one
to
spot
buy
into it.
one spot in that double, you can buy 2 spots in the single for the same price. The single is at 3 to go, so you'll make it 1 to go. Maybe that breaks sooner.
And
It's all
again,
about strategy here. in the
9
break room.
boxes left. 2 are going to be and more monsters. Everything else is a headliner. Bruce Smith, Paul Pierce, Allen Iverson. Look, man.
You can't handle the truth.
Is that for Paul Pierce?
Yeah. Oh, well, and then Allen Iverson is the answer, right? So,
Yeah.
a truthful answer.
Between Paul Pierce and Allen Iverson, we're hooked up to a polygraph machine.
Yeah, exactly. No kidding.
Look, man, this Taylor Swift folklore.
Survey says.
Come on, what's going on with this, y'all?
That was a lie.
Taylor Swift on the signed folklore album, JSA cert. It's already framed for you. You don't even have to go to Framebridge.
Yeah.
Get this done up like you would for anything else here.
How nice are we? We give them that right off the
That's
bat.
probably how we acquired it, but you know. Yeah, that is us.
But true, yeah,
we
yeah,
did
that's
that
us.
for you.
That's ultimate autographs for you.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You can't tell the story of the National Basketball League, the National Basketball Association, I should say.
I was gonna say it. They aren't that. They're the only ones without that L.
Without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on a licensed throwback. It's probably got some Mitchell and Ness action going on there. The licensed throwback, Lakers laundry. Ric Flair, man. Woo! Ric Flair, the nature boy. He's on. Look, if you're going to get a Ric Flair autograph on anything, the 10, that's not the 10 pounds of gold. That's the NWA title. The big gold belt is the one you want. You know, this is the one that he illegally took over to WWE when he made the jump.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've ever seen any of these pictures, Mike, but when he in 91-ish, 92, 91, 91, when he left WCW, went to WWE, he was still champion. And he still had this title. And he brought it to WWF. But they wanted to play it up as like this, oh my God, look what Ric Flair's doing. He's so controversial. So they would blurkle out the belt like, you know, like a face on Cops or whatever.
Yeah.
But it just made it look like he was naked.
I did not know that.
It's very fun stuff.
That's crazy.
God, I love wrestling.
That's pretty cool, though.
Ice Tray on the Court Culture Atlanta ball there. So there you go. We're 2 away in that double. Again, that is never not a banger series, the 1 and 4.
2 away in the double, 3 in the single. And it looks like we just closed out the jerseys.
All righty.
Michael Lepre closing that out, being our hero here. So we'll get a jersey break coming up. I was getting worried that my hot take was
Too hot?
increasingly heating up. He's heating up.
He's on fire.
All right, that is ready to go. Actually, 1 second. Let me do that. Now it's ready to go.
All right. If you are in the jersey break number 12, Trevor Sublieri. Nope, I butchered that. Gary Marvin, Michael Lepre, or Carmen Practico. Sarah Normal. Sarah, let me know which. First of all, we just need one number. Unless that is a... okay, you are Mike Lepre. Fantastic. Thank you for the confirmation. Let me just check in the jerseys. Was that a 25 call, or was that a 2, or was that a... Well, we don't... Well, where's our jerseys? We do have a 2. We do have a 5.
But this is a single break. Just the one. So which do you prefer?
Let me know which one. We have all 3 options. The 2, the 5, or the 25.
That narrows it down.
Mike, there we go. 5.
There we go. Okay.
Thank you so much. Box number 5. And I'll grab these names, drop them in our randomizer. Oh, let me get in here. 9 times on the randomization. 9 times. It's beautiful. 3, 4. Thank you, Mike. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, up in that top spot in the NFC North, we got Gary Marvin. Followed up in the NFC South with Michael Lepre. Carmen Practico in the NFC East. Trevor Sublieri. Okay, you know what? I think I was closer than I was giving myself credit for on that one. Michael, NFC South. Carmen in the NFC East. Trevor in the NFC West. Gary in the AFC North. Trevor in the AFC South and East. And Michael closing us out in the AFC West. Best of luck, everybody. Box number 5 out of 30. Single box break. Here we go. Best of luck. Rip, when you're talking about Flair, you knew when he brought it to WWF first time, he brought the belt. Oh! Well, wow. Here's your jersey, baby. It's Brett Favre.
There it is.
Gunslinger.
Ooh.
So, all right. Let it be established. If you want to hit some heat this morning,
Yep.
that's
Today's
what
the
we're
day.
exactly what we're doing. So if there's something in particular that you are coveting on that break page on this big board, go and get it now while Mike and I are doing the dang thing in the room. Look at this right here. We got, this is a little bit of a new here, James Spence cert right there. Old Jimmy Spence.
Oh, yeah.
Put this back in the bag so it doesn't get lost. Yeah, you got the JSA, and of course, Favre does his own certification as well. He's to be trusted with that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. The Gunslinger on that classic NFC North laundry right there. Number 4. Perfect.
Number 4 in box number
Cody
5.
here. Hit me up for that Urlacher. I've been chasing that all season, LOL. Yeah, it doesn't look like Jay's getting rid of it, but it does sound like he has another Urlacher. He's looking to move, perhaps.
Yeah.
So it may not be that Hydro, but, you're not going to be Urlacher-less. But yeah, Brett Favre, there you go. Gary Marvin. Gary Marvin with 2 spots there, hitting in the NFC North. Careful, Mike. Stay strong with that ugly Packer color.
I was coughing the other night. He remembers, and it was because we had a Brett Favre on the table, and look, we have another Brett Favre. The NFC North is hot this morning.
Yes, it is.
Look at
the
that.
NFC North has been
Don't worry.
hot for like the last 3 weeks in this
I
room.
have this beautiful Bears lid to shield me from all that sickness over there.
Oh no, is Favre gonna scramble? Urlacher tackles him. So great hit there. Gary Floyd the Barber. Floyd the Barber of Seville. Write this up for you.
Very nice. Those jerseys are back open on the break page if somebody wants to jump on in. But you know who jumped on in? That would be Christopher Leon getting a spot in the double for the Can't Miss series.
Ooh, so we're away in that, right?
Yeah. So,
All right. That should go this morning, this show.
Honestly. And then also he's got 2 spots now in the double for the vaults, which is wide open other than him being in there. So jump on in there with him, guys. Help him out.
In the jerseys, while we did just pull that Brett Favre, which I know everyone was also chasing in that Favre didn't come out till late in the last jersey series, coming out early in this one. But no fear, never fear, because still available in the jerseys is the Jamar Chase, Emmitt Smith, Mike Ditka, Eric Dickerson, Randall Cunningham on that Black Eagles jersey, which is beautiful. Who else we got there? Randall Cunningham, Jason Taylor. Boy, if if you want that Jason Taylor, close out those jerseys, because I'll pull them in this show. Nico Collins, Jalen Carter, Fred Taylor, Chad Johnson, all still available in the jerseys. And I said Chris Leon bought into the vault as well.
He's in the double for the vault. Yeah.
The vault still has 4 headliners: J-Mo Williams, Frank Gore, George Kittle, and A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown on that Rip Custom Speed Flex, George Kittle on a Lunar Authentic. And if it's a double, you also have a chance to double up with that Frank Gore potentially and the George Kittle, depending on what Gore signed on. Not to mention, so there's 4 headliners plus a $200 vault key. Gary is a Bears fan. Everyone's hitting the opposite of their teams. So get in there. Maybe, Gary, someone hits that Ditka, you could trade. Who knows? What was I telling? Oh, yeah, the vault. So essentially, 5 boxes with the goods in them. $200 vault key, A.J. Brown Speed Flex, George Kittle Authentic, Frank Gore, J-Mo Williams, and 2 more monsters, bonus bangers, whatever you want to call them. Those are still available. So yeah, if that's Chris Leon looking for that A.J. Brown, as you should be, brother. Gosh darn, that A.J. Brown's too hot. It's too hot for the hot tub. And again, that Can't Miss 1 and 4 double, 1 away, and I'll say it every time, Mike. Every time. It's called Can't Miss for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
Gary. Brian David yelling at Gary. Gary, burn it. Do it for Bear Nation. You know what? Look, man, once this reaches you, it is 1,000% your prerogative to do with what you will. So if you want to do it for the content, if you want to do it for the gram, Gary, you know what? Knock yourself out, man. But that would also be the equivalent of burning money.
Do it for the Vine.
God, I miss
Rest in
Vine.
peace.
I miss Vine so much. Do you ever just... Mike, how old were you when Vine was even at its apex?
I was a freshman or a sophomore in high school. No, sophomore, because I remember after I took my driving test.
Yeah, you Vined it?
So that would have been actually summer going into junior year. I just went home and just jumped on Vine and was like, you know what? I'm going to take the whole rest of the day off.
You ever get nostalgic and just pull up Vine compilations on YouTube?
Yep.
I highly recommend you do that. Dartboard, Gary says. That's probably a little bit better. Is you'll probably hit a lot of the mesh holes.
Yeah, honestly.
Not quite as much damage, but all right. But yeah, back to the important things. Oh, Vine compilations. Fresh Shavakadoo.
Free Shavakadoo.
Free Shavakadoo. But yeah, like I was saying, that 1 and 4, they call it can't miss for a reason. You cannot miss. You got 2 bonus bangers and more monsters. And again, these are like all-time legendary names that, you know, in the annals of just fame, be it in sports, pop culture, crossing over between the two. Like, again, obviously, AI, Paul Pierce, Bruce Smith, Trae Young, all incredible athletes, accomplishments and accolades, all on their own. But between Ric Flair, Taylor Swift, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like those are 3 like indelible names. Where is Jeff August? Gary's asking. Who knows where that old so and so is? That old Packer, Jeff August. But Jeff, get in here. We need you to unload some. We need to unload some Packer stuff on you. But yeah, those are 3 luminaries in their particular field. Ric Flair, Taylor Swift, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like those 3 right there should be absolutely targeted so hard in that can't miss 1 and 4, especially when there are 9 boxes left, 7 headliners, and again 3 just incredible all-time, just in general famous people. Like this isn't even athletes. This is just 3 of the most famous people to ever walk the earth. That's not much more to say other than that. What are you, Snapchatting over there?
No, I was looking at myself in the mirror. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no,
You better be promoting this show, Mike.
I am. I'm telling people to jump in.
Get jump into that 1 and 4.
Jump into the 1 and 4. No, you were talking about legends, and like, you know, we've pulled 2 already.
Yeah.
So why not continue?
2 of the most famous football players of all time, Brian Urlacher and Brett Favre. But again, yeah, like you can even, again, in that 1 and 4, you can distill that down. Again, like incredible careers so far from Trae Young, Bruce Smith, Paul Pierce, Allen Iverson, all Hall of Famers. You can't argue with their accomplishments. But then you reach another echelon when you get to Ric Flair, Taylor Swift, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
You know, that's just like that rarefied air of, frankly, these people are going to be in history books.
And I think what gets overlooked is the fact that like Taylor Swift isn't an athlete like everybody else on the board, but like yet she is probably worth more than anybody on this board even combined.
And here's the thing. The name of the company is not Ultimate Football Autographs. The name of the company is not Ultimate Sports Autographs.
Right.
The name of the company is Ultimate Autographs.
We got a little bit of everything.
Exactly. And that, for any genre, is a pretty ultimate autograph, is Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
On Folklore. One of her biggest albums as of late. I think it came out in, 2020, I believe?
Yeah, it's not her most recent one, right? It's a couple.
Well, she came out with like a few like bing, bing, bop.
Yeah.
In like 2021.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, because she was Well, she was re-recording the one because she had the rights, or well, she wanted the rights to it or something like that. And yeah, I mean,
She didn't own the masters from I
Right.
think Scooter Braun owned the masters. So,
So
she just
went out and was like,
re-recorded them.
fine, I'll just re-record all my work.
Taylor's version, baby.
Yeah, so there was that. Then there was literally
We support artist ownership here.
there was the other one that the album that she had been working on. I think what it was, if I remember correctly, it was she was working on an album that was set to release. Then she realized that all of her work was in Scooter Braun's hands, so she re-recorded and re-released all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why, I mean,
You'll see Taylor's version.
I don't want
on
to say it was
things.
any easier. I mean, she still had to put the work in, but a lot, you know, out of those two albums, the one was all stuff that she had already written and recorded. She just had to do it over again,
Yeah.
right? So that's why those were back to back. But I'm pretty sure as soon as she was done re-recording, she had like a third album somewhere within there, like ready to go.
That was a much more in-depth answer than I was expecting. from you
I'm
there.
just, and that might not even be true. I'm going out on a limb there, but I just remember, like you said, it was back to back to back, and the Swifties were non-stop.
Heck yeah, man. Selling them cardigans.
Is Eras one of her albums, or is that just the name of the tour?
That's the name of the tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she probably does like a little bit of everything on this tour.
Oh, dude. So I actually saw the concert movie for it when it came out because we did have it on my team in the fantasy movie league that I'm in. So we got the bonus points for that. We also saw it at a brunch screening at Alamo.
Interesting.
And I got to recommend, if you're ever going to see the Taylor Swift Eras concert movie, go see it at a brunch screening with a bunch of screaming women.
At Alamo. Oh my God, yeah.
It's, oh boy, let me just tell you, the mimosas and Bellinis are flying. It is a good time. But yeah, so basically, yeah, the concept of the tour is she goes through the different eras that she's had as an artist. You know, she had that country era, the pop era, the bad girl era, the Reputation era, all that good stuff, man. Oh, Joe and I were talking about it on Saturday, man. Like, another thing you take away from that concert movie, like, she'll be the first one to tell you she's not a good dancer, but she busts her rear end entertaining on that stage. It's like a 3.5 hour concert. You do 3.5 hours of you do 3.5 hours of this show. You're winded. Your brain is fried. You step outside and the sun is just Brian David here. Gee, mimosas and Swift concert. That should be a signal for trouble, man. It should be.
Run
but it's
the
a
other
signal
way.
it's a good time, brother. It's a fun time. It's fun just to do some people watching in there. I'll tell you, it's a good time. So yeah, tell us, what's the move, gang? What's the move here? Thanks for tuning in. It is 10:45 almost here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. We are here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube by any chance, go ahead, hit like, hit that bell. Make sure you don't miss a second of the action. Same as always with Twitch as well. Be sure to follow, or in the parlance of the medium, smash that like, smash that follow. But yeah, love having you here.
One of my favorite comedians takes the other approach. He's like, why is everybody always saying to like be aggressive with the smash, like smash the like button or hit that like button or whatever? He's like, what if we just be nice? Like, what if we just caress that like
was
button?
gonna say
just,
caress it, yeah.
Just brush up against that like button a little bit. Just pet it. Just
Just graze
Yeah.
that like button ever so gently. Creep the like button out with how lightly you touch it.
I don't know. I don't know if we want to be doing any creeping.
Give that like button the ick.
Oh yikes!
Rip, have you been to any indie shows or just WWE? My man, I've been to my fair share of indie shows. Not in a long time, but I have. I highly recommend anyone in the Chicago area to go to Freelance Wrestling. One of my favorite indie companies to go see. They're usually playing. They're usually running shows either at the Logan Square Auditorium, which is one of my absolute favorite places to watch a wrestling show, or they'll do shows at the Emporium, Logan Square Arcade, which is also a fantastic place just to go in general, even when they're not wrestling. Back in the day when I used to live in Florida, me and my boy Mullet, actual last name, not his nickname.
Okay.
we would go up and down the state going to indie shows. Back when ROH was a lot smaller, we would go to the ROH shows whenever they came down to Florida. Chikara. Been to plenty of shows at the Orpheum in Tampa before that burned down in Ybor City.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oh yeah, brother. Been to plenty indie shows. Been to a few all outs or all ins or whatever the heck they're calling them now. Well, I went to the original all in, and then also went to all out. A bunch of AEW shows. Been to plenty of WWE shows. Yeah, man. I'm in the trenches. You know, I'm not as caught up post WrestleMania. Got the job, fell off a little bit. But dude, Prime Ring of Honor was something else. I remember when I first started getting back into wrestling, when I first met Mullet in college, like 07, he started showing me some like Ring of Honor stuff. He's like, dude, here's that real, like we would talk about WWE and whatnot. He's like, all right, man, you ready for that real stuff? He's like, when you're, if you have like an older brother, like introducing you to like a cool band or something like that. He's like, check this out. They're called Age of the Fall. And they do all this crazy stuff. And they had one of the Briscoe brothers like hung up upside down above the ring after they cut him open. And Jimmy Jacobs was just being bathed in Mark Briscoe's blood or whatever. It could have been Jay's. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. I'm just like, this is like a snuff film. This is wrestling. This is great.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. And that isn't even like prime Ring of Honor. I mean, if you ask the real heads, it's going to be like that Samoa Joe, CM Punk days that are going to be like, that's the stuff. I actually had to put together some slides for rehearsal tonight for Comedy Sports because we like to, you know, kind of share information. Comedy, you got to kind of be a mile wide and inch deep as far as your knowledge on things. And so, you know, on the little sheet for like all the different sports we're going to cover and stuff like that. For wrestling, it still had like who's the hometown team? It's like, oh, that's still CM Punk. Saw a couple shows in Vegas during Mania weekend. Saw a Memorial show and Progress Wrestling. Progress is a lot of fun to see. I'd rather see all indie shows than Mania itself, dude. 1000%. Last time we even messed around with being near a Mania was in 2019 when Mania was in New York, New Jersey. Our buddy Tope lives in New York, and so we just stayed with him and went to all indie shows. Went to the WrestleCon shows. Went to just also. I mean, because you can go to WrestleMania weekend and not see a single piece of WWE wrestling. It's
that's
delightful. And so so we just like farted around Manhattan and we did also. Oh my God, we saw what is potentially one of the worst wrestling shows of all time that I loved so much. All of us that went still talk about this night fondly. And it was the biggest just crap show of all time. It was like a midnight show in Jersey City for this metal clothing brand called Blackcraft that started a wrestling company.
Oh.
And they're very theatrical, very metal, very into the devil, all that kind of stuff.
That's always nice.
And it was an absolute train wreck of a show. It didn't start until like 2 a.m, and they had to be out of the building at like 2:15. So they just like were running, just speeding through everything. Teddy Hart's cat was giving me allergies. They replaced the ropes in the first match with just like not even barbed wire, just like hooks and
barbed
stuff.
wire, yeah, spikes.
It was insane.
Oh
it was
my gosh.
absolutely insane. And again, it literally put that company out of business. And there's like a documentary about how bad that show was. And we all left it going, that was one of the most fun shows I've ever been at. Literally, the show started with like the like head figure in charge of the company, like the authority figure, like getting their throat slit.
Oh,
it was insane.
that's good. That's great.
I agree. The only WWE thing I did was Fan Fest, but all shows were great. Still WWE fan, but indie shows are so much fun to watch and a lot less prohibitively expensive. I don't know that I'm ever going to see a WrestleMania in my life ever again because it's just that expensive to go to.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's a bummer. It really is. I mean, same thing with like, like everyone wants to make a big deal about how like the Knicks tickets were, like the most expensive they've ever been in that history, which is like, cool, obviously the demand's there, but like, who's going to who has that kind of money to like go to one game?
If you can afford a studio apartment in New York,
I guess,
all the
man.
power to you. I guess.
We are 10 minutes away from 11 o'clock here, which is going to be officially our look. That's legally the time that we have to leave. But if we're still going here, we will still go as late as 11:45. So don't let this stop you. Don't let time stop you.
Yeah, no.
We're still rocking and rolling here. I did once. That is it. I need to see Survivor Series so I could do the main four. I think that's all I need too is Survivor Series, which I should have just gone last year or 2 years ago when Punk came back.
Oh, yeah.
But what are you gonna do? I've already seen Punk come back live once. Who needs to do that again?
Every time.
Yeah. Well, that's Mullet's guy. So he straight up flew
Goes
up
everything.
for Punk's first match back in AEW, and then he flew up again for Punk's. I think it was a 6-man tag. It was like him, someone else. It was like him and FTR versus like 2 other guys and Samoa Joe. And Mullet always said, if I get a chance to see CM Punk and Samoa Joe in any capacity, I'm going to do it. So it was like Father's Day weekend. And he flew up here and flew back like the next day. And then the next show, CM Punk had his match. And then after that, was kicked out of the company.
What is I like CM Punk, but I don't know. What does the CM stand for?
That's a great question, Mike. It's a fantastic question. It's been debated for years because for the longest time he would just give a different answer every time.
Okay.
Yeah, he would just say it's Cookie Monster, or originally, was it Chick Magnet? Who knows?
Okay,
Is it Chicago Made?
Chicago Made, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where you just kind of
Chicago. But
yeah, he does kind of. I think it's been settled that it's Chicago Made, but it's just kind of one of those things where it's like
It's like Lil Wayne when he says Wheezy F baby, and then in each one of his songs, the F stands for something else.
Yeah,
like finisher and stuff. Yeah, so Chicago Made. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. But yeah, because he is local here. He did the opening montage narration for the Blackhawks for a couple of years there too. So
as he would, huge Blackhawks fan.
sitting on an L train car, getting videoed with a Blackhawks jersey on, and then next thing you know, it's all just highlights and clips. And he's talking about what it means to be a fan and stuff. That was
He's a good
cool.
talker.
It was a hype up.
He's a heck of a good talker.
And we could hype up the very last
what I'm talking
spot
about.
in the 1 in 4, guys. It's so close to
talking
breaking.
about.
It's the double box. We get that. We can just close that out. We do have a Chase wheel spin today because we did get a jersey done. So we'll be doing that before Rip and I hop off. But we don't have to hop off this early. We can continue, but we need one person, one hero. Who's going to be that hero?
Brian,
closing
do
out
you
the double?
have a Ric Flair autograph? Do you have a Ric Flair big gold belt? Now's your
'cause
chance to get it, my man.
Honestly, this is a double box, man, and you never know what's coming out of here with so
Could
little
be some
names
more wrestling in there.
and boxes left. Still good headliner ratio, so still a lot of names comparatively to how many boxes we have. However, we're talking this series is coming to a close so soon here.
Yeah, the curtain will be closed on that can't miss 1 in 4 coming up here soon. It's just a matter of getting it.
Seven headliners and 9 boxes. That's
And again,
crazy to me.
Bruce Smith, all-timer. Paul Pierce, Boston legend. Allen Iverson, hoops legend, just in general, culture legend. Trae Young, boy, oh boy, he wishes he were in taking Madison Square Garden on right now. But sorry, man, that is Halliburton's turn right now. But nevertheless, man,
those Knicks fans hate him.
yeah, well, he loves being hated by them.
Yeah.
I love that, man. Give me a dude that wants the smoke, and he certainly wants it. But again, you do kind of reach another level of rarefied air when you get to those next 3 names. Ric Flair, Taylor Swift, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Again, you asked me a year ago, would I be using those 3 names in the same sentence? I wouldn't
Right?
imagine.
Yeah, what?
But here we are. That's the beauty of a 1 in 4, man.
Random assortment.
It's a mixer. And like you keep saying, the ratios are spectacular right now.
7 headliners.
I mean,
9 boxes.
7 headliners, 9 boxes in the 1 and 4. Knock a double out. If that double happens to be 2 and more monsters, which again, you can't miss.
Right.
Even if it's not a headliner, it's still going to be an absolute banger. So even if we do 2 and they're not headliners, then that's just 7 out of 7 headliners. You just know what's coming out of that. Basically. Practice squad. That's 4 boxes, 3 headliners. You knock out 2 doubles, new practice squad up in the room, ready to go.
75% chance.
Vault. Between 4 headliners, still have that AJ Brown speed flex, by the way, and a vault key of $200. Let's call that 5 boxes you want to hit. 7 boxes total. So again, 5 out of 7. Hot diggity dog. Jerseys over 50%. 10 headliners. Yeah, we hit that Brett Favre. We still got Jamar Chase, Emmitt Smith, Mike Ditka, Eric Dickerson, Randall Cunningham, Jason Taylor, Nico Collins, Jalen Carter, Fred Taylor, and Chad Johnson. And again, also our minis are over 50%. Jamar Chase as well. Again, you can get him on laundry. You can get him on a mini. Roger Staubach, Jim Kelly, Eric Dickerson. Again, you can do the same thing with the jerseys and the minis. Warren Moon on that action green Seahawks. And Luke Kuechly, as well as Michael Vick, Chad Johnson, and Samuel Laporta. And then our diamonds. Again, not a bad ratio, 3 to 7. But not as good compared to the others. But, oh, wait, that's right. It's the diamonds. So you're getting headliner quality everywhere else in the and more monsters. So there are, and then the half and half, you got a 1 in 3 shot at that Steve Young speed flex. And again, one of the most legendary quarterbacks of all time. Multiple Super Bowl winner, one of Jerry Rice's favorite quarterbacks. Let's see, best lefty of all time. Steve Young, man. Yeah, and that's in the half and half. 1 in 3 chance of grabbing that Steve Young speed flex in the half and half. And I'm not a box watcher, so I don't know what the count is between the speed flexes and the authentics, but that is the half and half. So you know how that goes. There is still that one. So yeah, let's get something done. We got 3 minutes till 11. Let's go ahead and let's just talk about this Urlacher, huh? How did it feel when you saw it? What did you think I pulled? Did you think it was this when I opened it?
You know, I had a feeling that as soon as we do a box from the vault, it was gonna be this.
It was about time,
I don't know. It was just a gut feeling, and I was so happy when that gut feeling was correct. So yeah, I mean, it's super cool to see in person. Love how the hydro pattern, like I was saying earlier, bleeds into that face mask, and then you have the black visor that contrasts with it, really makes it pop. But another thing too is when it's a speed flex, there's so much going on with the speed flex design that not the whole thing is hydro.
It gets a little broken up.
Right. And then this one with an authentic, the whole thing is hydro, which is mesmerizing as well.
Yes. So. It almost kind of reminds me of, do you remember those Magic Eye puzzles where it would just look like some jumbled up pattern or something like that, but then like you look at it, you cross your eyes, or like you like,
oh yeah,
and then you see like it's a schooner.
Yeah, right.
I can't see the schooner. Yeah. I'm glad that we got this one this morning for you, just for you, Mike.
Just for me. And that Favre jersey, I will say, even as a Bears fan, Favre is a nice name to have here in the break room. We hit on that NFC North all the time. So, and you know what's funny is, so the NFC North is the top spot, just listed. You know, not doesn't mean it's the best, but it's the top spot. It is. Me as a Bears fan, I'll say it is the best. No, but it's the top spot listed. Now, when we go in to do our Chase Wheel Spin, we're also looking for the top spot. So all 3 winners are going to be coming out quite literally on top today.
Is that the most competitive division coming into this season?
On paper, it is, but we really have to see if the Bears are what they say they're going to be, because I do think they're going to take chances with their offense, like I think a lot of people are predicting, and I don't know if it's always going to work out for them. But
I
this
didn't
is-
realize
gonna be
Caleb
the-
only had 6 interceptions last year.
yeah,
That's-
he's a beast. I think
I like that.
I think he hovers around that same number, or maybe has a few more actually, and not because he got worse, but because I think they're going to try a few more things. But then again, you might have a different offensive system with Ben Johnson that really improves things right off the bat. So we'll see how it really goes. Definitely the Lions are going to be competitive again. Yes, even though they lost Ben Johnson, it's still the Lions. They're still going to do
They're
their
getting
thing.
Hutchinson back. They're going to be all right.
For the Vikings, it's going to be, does J.J. McCarthy fit the system?
Sure.
And is he everything that he was touted to be? And I think he is. So I think it's a pretty safe bet that the Vikings will be up there too. The Green Bay Packers are always the Green Bay Packers. Unfortunately for Bears fans, they're going to be a competitive team. So yeah, I think all 4 teams in that division on paper going into this season have legitimate shots to be over 500 and vie for wild card and playoff spots. But I don't know. I mean, I haven't really looked around the league. I don't think you have another division where all 4 teams are really in the running like that.
Not all 4. Because the
Well, maybe
closest
3.
you get is AFC West with Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders. It kind of falls off of the Raiders, but
Raiders,
they've
yeah.
been making some changes, so maybe they can catch a little lightning in a bottle. Who knows? And again, Broncos kind of depends on Bo Nix's sophomore campaign.
Right. Right.
And then the next closest, I think, will be the AFC North, Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, Browns. The Browns obviously kind of weigh that down.
Bringing up the rear, but yeah, those other 3 teams. Steelers,
who
they'll
knows
have
what's-
another 9-8 season for the Steelers.
Or 10-7,
Or
like they
10-7,
did last year. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is there. It just doesn't matter.
But yeah, Ravens are an absolute powerhouse, and the Bengals I expect to have a bounce back season.
All right. Well, we are at 11:02 here. No movement in anything else. So we're going to go ahead and give you a few more. We're going to buy you a little bit more time doing this chase wheel spin. So if you want us to break anything, now's the time to get that done. Of course, that 1 in 4 double is one away. $408. We're breaking open 2 boxes. And again, just absolutely star power, luminaries. You're hitting nothing but the best in the Camus 1 in 4. But till then, let's perform this chase wheel spin. Gonna go ahead and grab my names. Throw them in here. I could just run this back, honestly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's actually what I did the other night on the 6 p.m. show.
You just
We only did
randomized
one.
it
Yeah.
that many more times.
I threw them back in, and yeah.
All right. We're looking for 9 times on the randomizations. 9 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And who's it going to be? Michael. There you go.
All right.
Holding on to that top spot. You had it in the 8th, kept it in the 9th. That's how you didn't blow a save right there. Michael Lepre, if you are in the chat right now, if you are watching, please hit me up with a number you'd like us to start on for your wheel spin. Otherwise, I'll just start at 1. But you let me know. I'll start at 1, but I can start at any number you would like. So I'll give you until 11:05. 11:05. You just turned 11:04. Let me know what number you'd like to start at. And I'll do that. Because
Rip's a nice guy.
because I'm just so nice. Is this it here for you today there, Mike?
This is it for me today.
Me too.
I'm not taking on any other roles in the break room today, unless absolutely needed. But so far, just the normal 9s.
Way to go. What number would you start at, Mike, if you were to have a chase wheel spin?
My lucky number is 5, So I'd probably start at 5 because then you're also close to the lower numbers, and hopefully it doesn't come back around to that same side of the wheel. It gets a little higher. My birthday is the 25th, though. So, I mean, I guess I could also pick 25.
Of what?
25th of November.
Nice.
I'm a late baby.
Yeah. Always competing with the Thanksgiving holiday.
Exactly, yep.
One of my best friends is on the 24th, so I get it.
Nice.
All
Yeah, I
right,
have
it
a bunch
is
of friends in November.
11:05. We're spinning this wheel. All right, it's going to be good money. 88.
All right.
88. There you go. That's $60. If you want to net that out after that, after a jersey spot, there you go.
There we go.
$88, 88 bones going to you, Miguel Lepre.
Very nice, my man.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for us here from the 9 o'clock show. UA in the AM. We ripped, we sipped, we woke, we broke.
Yeah, we did.
We wakey'd. We had some eggs, we had some breakies.
I didn't have any eggs.
Oh, well,
Maybe green eggs and ham, though.
I will eat them with Laporta Sam.
Yeah.
Thanks to everybody here at Ultimate Autographs for everything they do every single day. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Obviously, follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. And yes, of course, thank y'all so much for watching, playing with us, having some fun with a couple little breaks. We did our vault, we did our jersey. Mike, any final thoughts?
I'm so glad we finally found this Brian Urlacher Hydro Authentic in there. I'm so glad it's going to Jay. Congratulations, my man. I know you got a bunch of Bears helmets. And then, Gary, I know you're a Bears fan, but you came out on the other end with a jersey of Brett Favre. So maybe not the team you were looking for, but definitely a headliner, definitely a legend, and, a cool trade piece to maybe get yourself some Bears gear. So congratulations, I guess, really, to our two winners coming out of the NFC North in this one.
There you go. Again,
And even Michael on the 88 Chase Wheel Spin. It's a nice high gift card. Buy back in. Get yourself some spots for the noon show.
had some solid wins today. Everybody. Would have loved to have seen more, but we did good. So thanks, everybody, for watching. For Mike Napolitano, I'm Rip Camelucci. Keep it locked here. More shows coming up at noon, 3 and 6, right here on the Ultimate Autographs Live Break channel on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. For Mike, I'm Rip. Thanks so much. Have a great day.